So yesterday you guys started talking about dilations, looking at things that are growing or shrinking. Today we're going to look at what they look like actually on a graph. So just as a quick reminder, when we dilate a figure, we multiply by the scale factor. And we're going to start out just focusing on that. Remember, if my scale factor is more than 1, my shape is going to enlarge. If my scale factor is less than 1, my shape is going to reduce. We're going to skip this box for just a minute. We'll come back to it. So it starts out and it straight up gives me a shape. So I need to start out labeling my A, my B, my C, and my D. So we're going to give those coordinates. So A starts out at -6, 3. B starts out at 6, 3. C starts out at 6, -3. D starts out at -6, -3. So what we're going to do, I'm going to talk about the rule. We're going to take 1/3, that scale factor of 1/3. We're going to take each x number and multiply it by 1/3. So I'm going to start out doing that. A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. So I'm going to do alpha, y equals enter, 1/3 times -6. That's where the -6 came from, is -2. 1/3 of 6 is +2, +2, -2. I'm going to take 1/3. I lucked out because this only had 1 or 2 types of x numbers. If I have questions where all the x numbers are different, I need to do it for each individual x number. I did it for the x. I'm going to do the same thing for my y numbers. 3, or I can say alpha y equals enter, 1/3 times 3 is 1. And then -3 is going to be -1. Take your coordinates, multiply them by the scale factor, and we're going to graph it. So -2, +1 is where A prime is going to be. 2, 1 is going to be where B is. 2, -1 is going to be where C prime is. And D prime. So I have this rectangle. I can even do the same thing with my sides. If I see that this shape, let me say from A prime to D prime, if I look at that new shape, that side is 2 boxes long. If I look at from A to D, where I started, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes long. I know that 2, 6 is the same thing as 1/3, which is that scale factor. So I can do the same thing. If I'm struggling with coordinates, I can count boxes. This box is so long, so it needs to be 1/3 of that size. Did the dilation change or preserve my orientation? Did it change the way the shape faces? If I look at A, it starts in the top left. A prime is in the top left. B starts in the top right. B prime is in the top right. So my orientation stays the same. So we're going to take a little bit of time practicing this. For some of you, this practice is as far as we're going to get. I want you to try number 4, number 5. Once you finish 4 and number 5, I want you to look at that homework page, and I think, yeah, on that homework page, we're just going to start out doing the front side. Okay? Taking my original coordinates, my E, my F, my G, my H, and multiplying my X number times 2, my Y number times 2, because that's my scale factor. Each of these problems, number 4 and number 5, give you a scale factor. Then all of the problems on the back give you a scale factor. Go through, do all 6 problems before you resume this video. The rest of it does not make very much sense if you do not have those 6 problems done. So if you're still watching the video, you should have finished both of those problems and the homework problems. So now we're going to talk about what happens when I go backwards. When a dilation occurs, when I have both shapes, I can find my shapes by doing my new shape over my original shape. My new shape is my image over my pre-image. This is what we're really going to focus on, image over pre-image. So when I'm looking at these, I'm just going to pick one point. It doesn't matter which of these letters I choose, I'd get the same thing. But I want image over pre-image, and I'm only going to deal with my L's. Just because I kind of like this. So I'm going to work with my L's, my L prime for my image, my L for my pre-image. Well, my L prime is at 5, 10. My L is at 4, 8. I'm going to take these numbers and I'm going to divide my numbers right on top of each other. 5 divided by 4 is 1.20. Ooh, 5 divided by 4, I was right, is 1.25. I'm going to check it by doing this set. 10 divided by 8 is also 1.25. So we are golden. I am confident that that scale factor is 1.25. Because that number is more than 1, it's causing my shape to grow, and it is. When I look at number 7, my shape is shrinking. So this answer, whatever my scale factor is, needs to be less than 1. So I'm going to look at my R's. It doesn't matter which one I choose. I'm just picking a letter. My image over my pre-image. So for us, we're going to look at R prime and R. I might as well just make that fraction bar super long. So my R prime is at 3, 1. My R is at 9, 3. We're going to divide my image divided by my pre-image. Gives me 0.3 repeating. I'm going to check it with this set of numbers because it should be the same. Image divided by pre-image gives me the same thing. I'm confident for sure that that scale is 0.3 repeating. Or some of us might leave it 1/3. 1/3 is less than 1, which makes my shape shrink. So we're golden. Number 8, 9, and 10 are the same exact thing, except instead of giving me a graph, they just gave me my points. I want my image over my pre-image, 6, 8, 9, 12. We're going to divide 6 divided by 9, 8 divided by 12. I get the same answer. I'm confident that is my answer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do number 9, number 10, and then the back side of that homework. Once that homework is done, we're going to turn it in. Let's go.